I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Welcome to it, another edition of Discover New Music. Very excited. My guest joining me today, talking brand new music from Rain City Drive, Matt McAndrew.
And I know I'll never forgive you, but don't wanna forget. I only wish you the best, even though you're the worst. And when I'm feeling depressed, I miss the way that it hurts. I only wish you the best.
Matt, how you doing, my friend?
I'm pretty good, man. We're out in Los Angeles. There's a lot of fires going on right now, but so far we're good, man. So
well, good. I hope you and the guys are staying safe. Yeah, it's been pretty gnarly out there. So are you north of them? Are you away from them at least at this point?
yeah, I'm on the east side of LA. So
Okay.
it's been all right. There's definitely a lot of smoke out there, and we're just kind of watching the maps and making sure everything's good. But
Good.
other than that, great.
Other than, the hellfire that is Los Angeles right now, you guys are doing good. Well, hey, stay
Correct.
safe out there, and because we want to hear more new music from Rain City Drive, and that's what we got
Absolutely,
going
man.
on. Now, this was released in 2024, not terribly long ago. I know we're in 2025 now, so we could say last year, but it really was just a few months ago. Things are different now. And, Matt, my first question is kind of a tricky one because Rain City Drive is really the second incarnation of the band. Obviously, you guys were originally Slaves. You took over on vocals in 2019. Then came the release of the band's self-titled debut, really, as Rain City Drive in 2022. To me, dead smack in the middle of the pandemic craziness. We weren't sure yet what was going on. Things were still changing, evolving. And now here we are with the brand new album. So with all of that said, where does the band find itself now with this new album? I guess maybe what was the mission statement? What was the goal? What were you trying to accomplish with Things Are Different Now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're always trying to level up and, grow off of the previous work. But this one just came together really organically, and I think achieved a lot of the things that maybe we were consciously pushing for on self-titled. It just came together a little bit more effortlessly in terms of blending harder rock sound and some more kind of like pop songwriting sensibilities. So it was really smooth. I think it started with the writing process for this record, which was a little different. Instead of just writing everything in studio under the gun, we had some designated write trips, and so I felt like we had a strong record going into the studio, and it's definitely one of our favorites. It's been great to see the reaction, but I mean, it's always different when you go in to make an album. You're sort of it's just kind of a snapshot of where you're at in life, and happy that people seem to like this snapshot, and you just kind of keep trying. So
I want to touch on writing trips because I'm always intrigued on when bands get together, and sometimes they'll get a chalet in Vail, or they'll find themselves in a country cottage over in Europe. We'll talk on that in a second, but I want to go back to the album real quick, and I don't want to fill in the blanks for the band or anything. Did this almost seem like maybe a shot at a real first album, not taking anything away from Rain City Drive, your debut, self-titled, but maybe cutting away some of the craziness or being able to have more time? Is that fair to say? Am I off base on that?
I mean, it's interesting. So when we did To Better Days, I was replacing Johnny, right? And then that has since become part of the Rain City Drive catalog. We made Rain City Drive as a separate band, whatever. But there was a pressure to not alienate the fans of him and of Slaves and the old stuff, right? So, and then I think on self-titled, because we were debuting the new band essentially and the new brand, that it was like, well, we want to have people know that, we're not going to do like a polka project or something. It's like, if you like The Better Days, you'll like this. As the same five guys, right? And so I think this album was the first time where, it was a little more like, okay, we've really truly set ourselves up to do something a little different. I don't know that we did anything all that different. I think internally there's always a a kind of a pull back to center as well. We'll see. Maybe on the next record we'll branch out more, but I don't know. I think with every album you earn the right to explore a little more, right?
Right.
So yeah.
I love it. Well, again, like you mentioned at the very beginning, people are seeming to be really enjoying this. Whatever you guys did, whatever that magic was, or whatever the take was, things are different now. Is making a lot of great noise out there, and it's interesting because you did mention, and I think it's so key, the original fans from the first incarnation of the band and where we're at now. It's a fun journey that we've seen on this latest work from Rain City Drive, which again is out now. If you're just joining us, we got Matt McAndrew from Rain City Drive talking. Things are different now. The latest album released, and do you maybe have a favorite track on there? That's always a tough question, or maybe a track that speaks with you, if that's an easier one to answer.
Yeah, to me personally, standout might be "Elusive Dream." I just really like that track. It's wasn't a single. It's cool to hear. It seems like it's the most popular of the non-singles, so I'm happy to hear that. It's funny, right? That when you make records, you can try to answer that question based on what song maybe you're most proud of as a creative, or what song maybe you think would resonate with you just as a fan, right? Yeah. But that one kind of checks both boxes for me. I think lyrically really cool work that I am proud of, and then I just like that vibe of the song. It's just a little different. So yeah.
It's always fun seeing some of the deep tracks, and I know the label sometimes gets in there and picks singles, and it works out most times. But when you finally get to take a real deep dive into it and you get to hear the stuff that isn't just playing on the radio, I know you can find some usually favorites of the band members because you guys are so close to it.
Sure, man.
Any surprises on the record that old fans, new fans, people just discovering you, people that have known you this whole time that may find on this new album from you guys?
I mean, I would say in terms of upcoming things, we'll definitely do some kind of a deluxe, at least digitally. We have a couple tracks that didn't quite make the cut for the album. It's, even though everything's existing online now, it's nice to try to think about the album as one piece of work. So I kind of liked where it was at with these set of tracks, but there are a couple ones that are I would say are worth the fans checking out still, that will be out at some point. I'm not exactly sure when. So
I love it, man. Well, again, things are different now. The latest album from Rain City Drive, it is out. I highly recommend you go check it out, because Matt and the crew done a hell of a job, and really excited to see kind of what's next. I know you don't want to put the cart before the horse, but obviously I'm sure you guys are looking towards the future on this, and this is one of the many footstones on that way. Let's talk real quick about these writing trips, because you guys said you had designated writing trips. Did you get out anywhere cool? Did you guys get to explore? Did you pull in Aaron Rodgers and go do ayahuasca over in the Amazon and write some tracks? What happened?
All of it. Yeah. I think we actually inspired him. I think that's
I love it.
No, so our first leg of that was we went up to Big Bear. Our
nice.
Our label has a nice little spot out there. So that was really cool. I'd never been up there before, and it was very relaxing, and that's sort of what got the ball rolling, and we made a bit of progress, and then we just did a good amount of sessions with different producer writers around LA too, which was fun. But definitely a cool vibe to kind of kick it off in nature, Right.
So. Of course, a record label head would have a special condo up in Big Bear. Go figure. We won't worry about that though. Did you find yourself writing differently? Getting away from that, was it a different mind space? Easier, harder?
I mean, I would say just in general, the biggest difference was, again, with every other record, we're writing in studio. Yeah. So certain, like for something like To Better Days, we had 40 days to write and record the whole thing.
Wow.
So it's very like under the gun. Whereas this time it's still you walk into a write, maybe you walk into a new room and it's like you don't know what you're going to talk about when you get there. Mm-hmm. Then you leave with a finished song, and it's really cool. And so you still have that excitement, but the only difference is you don't have to record it at the end of the session and then have it get set to mix, right? it was nice to be able to sit on the ideas and make sure, do I really like these? Because
Right.
there's been times in the past, like on self-titled, there was a song called Dreams. I basically wrote the final vocal in the vocal booth.
Oh wow.
Like, and I was kind of like, I hope this is good. I don't know. You know what I mean? So you want to be able to sit with things if you can. You know?
Yeah, right. Let it marinate a little bit instead of just going and leaving the studio going, "What the hell just happened?" I think we made a record. I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, I'm super excited for you guys. I'm just it's awesome the success we're seeing with this latest one. Well deserved. Again, things are different now. Rain City Drive. Go get it and hear what Big Bear inspired the band to make. That's right. That's it. All right. Well, Matt, now that we got the important stuff out of the way, new rock from Rain City Drive. Again, the album out now. Let's do a thing I like to do called Rapid Fire. Now, I told you before the interview, I was just finishing up the final touches on a brand new, never before asked questions during my Rapid Fire. You're the first one to hear some of these.
Amazing.
So let's see what we can do. All right.
All right.
No wrong answers. Go with your gut. First one, easy, disco or techno?
Ooh, disco.
Very nice. I could see you with a afro and some bell-bottom pants. I think you could pull it off. Wet jeans or damp socks?
Oh man, I would say wet jeans.
Going for that chafing denim, Matt. That's an interesting choice.
I just hate the wet socks. I'm going into that question knowing that's a pet peeve. I haven't really thought about the wet jeans. I guess it depends on how the jeans got wet. You know,
Good point.
Yeah, it could be a good thing or a bad thing. So I don't know.
New England clam chowder or creamy tomato bisque?
I'm going to say tomato bisque. Seems a little less risky.
A little less risky. Hey, you don't know if those clams have turned or not. Now, do you remember the Mr. Sketch scented markers?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the sniffy ones. Okay, so Mr. Sketch scented markers. Are you going with cherry or grape scented?
Ooh. I'm gonna say cherry.
Go with cherry. Okay, hey, safe answer. You know, go wrong with cherry. Get the nice cherry buzz. All right, last one: Bigfoot or the Loch Ness monster. Who do you want to see?
Ooh, I think Loch Ness would be more thrilling and a little less scary. I feel like he's relegated to his little area. You know,
he's in the bay. Bigfoot sneaks up on you. We don't know what's gonna happen. Now, I do need to tell you. Have you heard the scientific explanation what they believe the Loch Ness monster is?
No. So
scientists have a theory that it is very possible that the famous photo of Nessie, right? You know what I'm talking about right there, is actually a whale's penis. Because apparently whales will do this thing where they will breach the water with their penises, and there's some photos. And obviously, if you look, that's kind of how it looks.
Yeah.
And so they're now just thinking it was a pervy whale that just happened to be on film.
I mean, that's quite the reputation, right? To inspire all this. Like, it was a monster. I've never seen anything like. Yeah.
No one's ever said that. I've never been compared to a mythological beast when I breach the water. So that's definitely the thing. Matt, thank you for humoring me. More importantly, thank you for talking new music again. Rain City Drive. Things are different now. It is out now. Everyone go check it out.
Thank you for having me, man.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.